Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones, and during this segment, I'm going to talk about the overview that I did on last night's video. Now, I was supposed to do a live stream last night. I had other engagements, but I did say I was going to put out content. I always let my audience know in my community section of YouTube. Now, I actually did that, put an hour and 21-minute video out. Unfortunately, I have to appeal it because it was blocked for copyright infringement. Now, my channel is not monetized. Also, I don't have any strikes on my channel, but it will be disputed. But what I'm going to do is give you an overview on that video that I did last night. Now, the title of the video was Mama, It's Time to Cut the Apron Strings. Now, I got that information from the Learning Channel, which is owned by Discovery, and the name of the show is I Love a Mama's Boy. Now, I Love a Mama's Boy is the flip side, or we call it the opposite side of the same coin, to Smothered, which deals with the mother-daughter situation, and it's almost like daughter-sister. Now, a few of the moms in I Want a Mama's Boy, Nancy, she's the Latino mom. There's another black mom from Mississippi. She has a son named Trey. There is Lena, which is Shakib's mom. She's the Middle Eastern mom. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. Kelly is from California. And there's another one named Antoinette, who's from Naperville. If you're not familiar with Naperville, Naperville is in the Chicago area. Now, I'm bringing this information to you because there are a number of boys out here who are living at home with their mothers, and at the end of the day, these boys out here, they don't know how to grow up. These boys out here are afraid to confront their mothers when it comes to their girlfriend. So now the girlfriend believes that she is dating the mom and, of course, the boyfriend. Now, that's very familiar because as a man, we have to go through that all the time when we're dating women. In fact, we're at the bottom of the pyramid when we're dating women. I mean, it's always her grown kids, grandkids, family, girlfriends, entertainment, career, whatever she wants to do before a man. But with these boys out here, these boys, and I call them boys, they're over the age of 25, still living at home with their mamas. And the mamas are doing everything for them, from washing their clothes to shaving the hair off their backs, even feeding them, cooking for them. So, in essence, these boys never grow up. So, the problem is, most of these mothers are all married, okay? Now, you have to ask the question, where's the father? Now, again, if you're just joining in, the name of the show that I'm getting the information from is I Love a Mama's Boy. And that's what the video was about last night. I had clips on about mama's boys. And generally, you'll find out that these boys and these mamas are very, very close. I mean, to me, it's not normal. But these moms are the dominant ones in their relationships. And you can see how they raise their sons. They raise their sons that the hierarchy is the woman. She's on top, while the man is second to her. And if you don't believe me, Kelly, who was the mom of Matt, said that. Now, during the show, one of the episodes, I can name you the girlfriends. Kelly, who was a blonde woman, and Kim, who's a blonde woman, and Matt, they talked about building a house, called an architect. Now there was a scene where the mom wanted a key. Now, here's the problem. When Matt and Kimberly was the blonde girlfriend, Kelly is the mom. When Matt and Kimberly had discussions about what they wanted in the house, the mom always wanted to have her 2 cents. The mom wanted to control everything. The mom wanted a key to the house. The mom wanted a bathroom in the house. The mom wanted to do everything to disrupt that relationship. And in the end, she finally did. And this is Kelly and Kimberly, because Kimberly went down to Austin, Texas. Now, for these women who are trying to date mama's boys, I do feel for them in some way, because, again, as men, we go through a heck of a lot. Again, where we're dealing with grown kids, grandkids, we're dealing with all kinds of chaos, even the pets. Well, some of these girlfriends are finding out that it's not easy dealing with a mama's boy. I don't care how much they love a mama's boy. And these mama's boys out here don't even look masculine. Even though Shakib, he's a Middle Eastern guy, he goes to the gym. And because he goes to the gym, he believes that he's physically fit to be a man. Just because you cut or buffed, your actions dictate whether you're a man or not. He's not a man because, again, Shakib allows his mom to make all the decisions for him. Now, Shakib's girlfriend is a Korean girl named Emily. Now, I do not care too much for Emily because I believe she's devious. Kimberly was also devious because those two girls, and I call them girls, they were in their 20s, and they looked at a relationship from a fantasy standpoint. They based everything off the money. They wanted the highest priced wedding, the highest priced ring, and in the end, everybody doesn't need that. Now, the moms here also had an agenda of controlling their sons. Now, you have to ask the question, what happened to the dads? Well, the dads lay dormant. The dads defer everything to the mom. And when that happens, the dad basically has no power. So the son is emasculated. The son can't grow. Mom is doing everything for him. And you basically have what I call the failure to launch, because the son is still living with his mother. Now, Jason is living with his mother, Antoinette, with Christina, his girlfriend. Now, with Jason and his mom, they're very, very close as well. But Jason and Christina had a kid together before they were married. Now, I don't believe his mom approves of Christina either. And see, when it comes to moms and girlfriends, they're always competing with each other. It's just like mothers and daughters are competing with each other all the time. Well, the problem is, in all of these relationships with these mama's boys, they're very dysfunctional. The son is afraid to speak up. The mom doesn't know her place, although the mom is married. The girlfriend believes she's the third wheel. And when you look at the whole situation of I Love a Mama's Boy, there are a number of mama's boys out here. In fact, moms allow their children to stay home as long as they want. Now, some of you might be asking, well, what is the theme to what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to tell you right now from watching these programs, what I've been saying is you have too many grown children still living at home. They're not given any responsibilities. For the most part, they're living at home longer and longer. They're not just 22 coming back home. They're in their 30s. Some are even in their 40s, still living at home with their moms. And their moms are allowing it because, for the most part, their moms believe that they're going to benefit from their son staying at home. So when the mom gets old, the son is going to take care of the mom. And when you have a mama's boys are indoctrinated by their moms. They believe everything their moms are saying. Now, if you go look at I Love a Mama's Boy, the Latina girl named Nancy, and she has a son named Rob. Rob told his wife, well, I let my mom get away with everything because I'm trying to make peace. So instead of taking up for his wife, he allows his mom to dip in their relationship. And in the end, it really doesn't work. Now, it's funny because Rob is married. Now, Christina and Jason, Matt and Kimberly weren't married. Now, with Kimberly, she actually left the relationship when she got a job down in Austin, Texas. And currently, she's living by herself with her dog in Austin, Texas. Now, Matt and his mom is Kelly. They're from California. Matt got another girlfriend named Brittany. Now, when Matt got this second girlfriend named Brittany, his mom Kelly said, I'm going to play hardball on this one. So this mom was asking her all types of questions. And, of course, Matt wasn't defending his girlfriend. Now, the funny question that his mom asked Kelly, Matt's mom asked Kelly was, or Kelly asked Brittany, do you believe in, do you believe before you get married, you should sign a contract? Can't remember what it is right off the bat, but a number of people are always told to do so. When she went back and asked him, did you sign it? And let me know in the comment section what it is, because you think about it, men don't make women sign it. It's prior to getting married. It's where whatever you come in with, you go out with, unless you made it together. A prenuptial agreement. That's what it is. A prenup. Okay? Kelly asked Brittany, would you get a prenuptial agreement before marrying my son? Brittany fired back and said, did you get a prenuptial agreement? Well, Kelly couldn't answer. Again, a number of these moms that I see that are dealing with their sons, they're all Gen X moms. And shout out to Reg the Bad Guy. He had a panel up there talking about Gen Xers. We're all crazy. I'm an early Gen Xer. Well, I believe that the Gen X women, not all of them, they have been indoctrinated with more feminism, and they've actually made it worse for the millennials and the Gen Zs because they were mothers to some of the late millennials and the Gen Zers. But going back to I Love a Mama's Boy, most of these mama's boys out here end up being no good. And a caution to a number of you women out here, you got to look for those signs. And generally, when you're a mama's boy, a woman is not going to respect you. And technically, a woman wants a real man in her life. I don't care about this feminist nonsense. The only feminists out here are the delusional people. But most of these Gen X moms they've basically been indoctrinated with a lot of feminism. And in the end, you see what they've done to their sons. Their sons are emasculated while their daughters are emasculated. In other words, the roles are reversed. Now, on the other show, Smothered, it's where you have mothers and daughters that are tight. That's also a problem. Because when you're that attached to your mother, and again, I love my mother. She's done everything that she could for me, but I also had a dad. And my dad got involved. But on these shows, even with Smothered, a number of these mothers on Smothered were single mothers, and they blamed the dad for everything. And they had one or maybe two children, and the mothers on Smothered said that, well, you're all I have. Well, the problem with that is when you defer to your child as that's all you had, you were socially awkward. You didn't get out there and meet somebody. And you were also blaming, in my humble opinion, the father for everything. And that's generally what happens. Now, again, you have to make choices out here with who you date. And some of these mothers on Smothered have men in their lives. And the men, for the most part, are always going to be second fiddle. That's why I don't understand why the men on Smothered stay around with the mother-daughter type relationship. Because the daughters aren't going to be able to have any type of man without the mother meddling in everything. Because the mother wants the daughter for herself, just like Smothered. Now, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, what I want you all to do is play some clips from Smothered and I Love a Mama's Boy. They come on the TLC channel. Again, this all would have been up, but my video was struck down by YouTube. I'm going to appeal it. So I'm giving you an overview on what I stated last night. And I want everybody to like the video. Let's get the likes up and get me some more subscribers here, because I'm putting out good content. This is pre-recorded content. And generally I have a stream on Wednesdays. I had other engagements, so I tried to put something out for my audience. And of course, YouTube, with its draconian rules, struck it down because my channel is not monetized at all. I don't even care about getting my videos monetized. I'm here to give you quick information. I'm doing this information from work because I want everybody to know what happened last night. And any information that I have on videos, when I'm going to do a stream, when I'm going to cancel a stream, always go to my community tab. I'm not going to put any links out there. Check my community tab of the 401 Talk Zone radio show. Now, again, what I'm talking about is mama, it's time to cut the apron strings. And that could work either way with the daughters or the men. And I'm sad to say that you have a number of men out here who are soft. They're very feminine. They react very emotionally. And I'm not even going to bring the single mom issue up, because some of these sons were raised around docile dads. The dads stepped out of the picture, and the mom basically took on that masculine role by making the son effeminate, and of course the daughters masculine. And one of the reasons why you have a lot of sons who are doing poorly out here is because the moms didn't want the sons to be anything, but complained about the sons being a bum, while they wanted the daughters to have the careers, the money. They wanted the daughters to be the boss. And in the end, that has never worked, and it will never work. It's created role reversal, which creates a dysfunctional type of society. Generally, men are the ones who are the builders. Women are the nurturers. Well, with this feminism out here, you have a number of institutions like religion, education, government, jobs, and of course media and social media. It's promoting all of this nonsense. And you see a lot of reality shows on parenting. Again, there's another one out on TLC called Baby Mama. And some of the women on that show, they're blaming the dads for getting pregnant. And this is what I want to tell men out here. And of course, some women, you have to watch who you interact with. I don't care how good they look, how they sound. You have to look at people's actions. And sometimes that takes time. And what you see on all these shows from the Learning Channel, you see a lot of dysfunctional behavior. And again, a number of these moms have basically taken over everything. Won't let their sons move out of state. They have all types of games they play. Now, I will say this, Shakib's mom, Lana, and Kelly, I will say this though, although they keep their sons close to them and their intent is to protect their sons from these crazy women out here, they have been right on the types of women their sons are dating. Emily, the Korean girl, she's absolutely crazy and delusional. Kim, well, Kim is Matt's ex-girlfriend and Kelly is Matt's mother. They're the ones from California. Well, I'm glad that Kim admitted that Matt wasn't husband material. The problem was the meddling mother, but also Kim wanted a lot of materials as well. And when I see some of these videos out here, you have a number of delusional people, whether they're men and women. And when you don't see what's going on in the real world, you get jaded. And when you don't get what you want out here, you get disappointed. This is why, as a man, it's very important to have masculine men in your life. Masculine men who are going to show you the ropes. Now, I'm not saying that women aren't important, but these shows that I'm bringing up, such as I Want a Mama's Boy, give you the son-husband type of relationship. Smothered, the mother-daughter, which is a mother-sister. When there are mothers out there that are trying to keep their grown kids that close, the grown kids are going to be failures in society because the mothers are only thinking about themselves. And see, these mothers have lived their lives, and they're still living their life. But they want the sons and, of course, the daughters to be under them for control. The mothers want to be needed, but it's funny, the mothers that are married on I Want a Mama's Boy, they don't need their husbands. They don't care about their husbands. And the husbands have never questioned the mothers of these sons. And it's very important that some of these boys out here understand what's going on. Because in the end, these boys out here, they're lost. They're effeminate. I mean, when I see a mother and her son going into a lingerie shop together to buy something for the son's girlfriend, that's abnormal behavior. And the funny thing about it with I Love a Mama's Boy, the people who are salespeople, they look at this mom as being crazy. I mean, the mom and son going into spas together. They know that's not normal behavior. So these mothers live in denial that it is normal behavior. It is not normal behavior. It's behavior that is disrespectful behavior. But again, when there's no father around, a positive father, a masculine father, this is what happens. And this is why society has gotten more into a soft feeling society instead of what things really are. And I know when we have a conversation, the number of women talk about tone. Doesn't matter how you deliver the message. If we're not catering to what a number of women say, then it doesn't matter how you deliver the message. We're going to get the same result. We're going to get shamed. Now, of course, you hear this SBE, shame, blame, and excuses. Well, that's something a number of women do because they don't want to be responsible. And again, a number of women are petulant children. And you also have a number of men who are also petulant children because the same people who raise these men dislike men. They'll tell you, well, men aren't being men. Men aren't catering to us. And when it comes to men catering to a woman will take what you give her, but she's not going to respect you. And when you look at Smothered, when you look at I Want a Mama's Boy, you see total dysfunction, controlling mothers. And these mothers, they don't care if their sons are hurting after a breakup. Again, these mothers don't care if their sons are hurting when it comes to their girlfriends because these mothers on I Love a Mama's Boy don't want their sons to be involved with any girls. The mothers want to smother everything. And they basically, again, turn the boys into eunuchs. And the bad thing about it is, what I Love a Mama's Boy, as we talk about male to female relationships on that show, well, some of these sons out here don't even have guy friends because the mothers would involve herself with the guy friends as well because she believes that she knows best. She believes that she can make the son happier. And also, she will tell you, I changed your diapers. Well, somebody changed the mom's diapers too. So you have some entitlement issues. You have some princess syndrome issues. You have denial. You have delusion. And of course, you have the sons who are very afraid to say anything to their moms. Yeah, they'll talk to their girlfriends behind their moms about what they want to do. But when the moms come up, oh, their tune will change because they don't want to make mommy upset. And to your moms out here, whether you have daughters or whether you have sons, it's time for you to cut the cord, especially if the daughters and sons are in their 30s. Because if you don't, we're going to have a society based on dependency. Yes, the economy can be tough, but in the end, it's your job as a parent to let go. It's not that your children love you. You got a chance to live your life. And although the mother's intentions are good, trying to protect their sons, they're trying to also hold on to their sons at the same time while not allowing the dad to do his part. And the dad is just sitting around doing nothing. Probably some of these married moms. And these are moms in yuppie neighborhoods with a lot of money. The dad's not questioning the mom about their marriage. So when the mom has got to gravitate to her son, the dad is allowing it to happen. that means there's something going wrong in the marriage. Because there's no way that grown kids should be living at home unless it is an extreme emergency. And basically, that's what I'm talking about when I watch I Love a Mama's Boy and I watch Smothered. I'm talking about the failure to launch syndrome that a lot of us don't talk about, because I just see too many grown kids living at home, and these grown kids don't have any responsibilities like paying rent. They can go and eat up the food. They can come and go as they want. But in the end, they're not doing anything to grow up. And moms like it because the mom believes that she's going to be needed. The mom is feeding these boys. Mom is doing all the clothes for the boys. The mom is doing everything, paying for the boys' lifestyle, although the boy isn't doing anything for himself. Yeah, the boy might be working, but he's not helping out at home. He's just a body. But the moms like it. Why? Because they enjoy that control. And again, I'm not saying all moms are bad, but when you have this dysfunction, you have a society that is going to be backwards. And at the end of the day, what happens when it comes to men? You have emasculated men and you have masculine daughters. So, mothers, it's time to cut the apron strings. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some educational content, check out the QCIS channel, formerly the Mind is STEM. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube, you can check me out on Twitter with the QCIS channel. I take it one step further. I'm also on LinkedIn since it's an educational channel. And at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this: be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. And also, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Once again, thank you for listening to this commentary, the 411 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you to have a wonderful and gracious day. God bless you. I'm out.